Anything.
That's Jordan Queen. I'm DJ Gravine. Nice to have you back. Nice to have you guys back on the show. And my voice levels are a little bit too high, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and turn those down so our listeners don't blast their eardrums out. So, there we go. So, anyway, what's up? So tonight it's a very special night among other things. So next week, even though it's gonna be our Christmas episode, we're gonna do a non-spoiler review for Star Wars The Last Jedi, because tonight we're gonna be prepped for The Last Jedi with some Star Wars fan fiction and possibly some theories that we have of what might happen. Now, we haven't seen it yet. We're going to see it later tonight. So we're excited, and hopefully you viewers and listeners enjoy it just as much. So, but before we move on, I wanted to, I think Jordan would like to do a subscriber meetup here in Fort Wayne. Jordan, would you like to share where we're gonna meet?
Yeah, the Starbucks, Sunday, 3:30, Jefferson Point.
Yes, Jefferson Point, Starbucks, 3:30 on Sunday. We'll be there for about an hour. So, so we'll be meeting all our fans. And maybe just like talking about like Star Wars or just life, and sign autographs. So
sign it.
Yeah. So
sign your boobs.
Wow. Yeah. And we know there's some other podcasts going on in Fort Wayne. So we were going to say, if you would like us to collaborate with you sometime, maybe that'd be a good time to come out and show your support.
Yeah. Other podcasters in Fort Wayne, also please come to this meetup so we can meet you. Whoever's listening.
Yeah, that'd be so awesome. So awesome. As I don't know who this person is, but okay. So anyway, that was fun. Okay, so all right. So let's get to some theories for The Last Jedi. One theory, I guess we'll start with me, so Jordan can start to think of some good theories to talk about. But I think one theory that I wanted to share is I heard that The Last Jedi will be dedicated to Carrie Fisher, because she passed away last year in December. So I think something huge is going to happen to her character in this movie.
She's going to die.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, I don't think that was the original intention. But and the thing of it is that, like with there are so many TV spots for this new movie coming out, or for this new movie. I'm not even kidding. And and like there's like 6 or 7 of them that says, "Don't let anyone spoil this." And and they show different scenes. The first scene is when Rey, is asking for help, and we see Kylo having, putting his hand out. But of course, that's what everyone wants you to think. But if you look closely in the behind the or in the back of Kylo, he's in like fire, like a fire explosion or something. So I don't really think he's with Rey, but I could be wrong. And then another one that they show in one of these many TV spots is Rey holding her lightsaber in front of Luke, and it's almost like she's going to kill him. So there are so many things I think that they put in this movie. It's about a 2.5 hour movie from my understanding. So I mean, I think yeah, there will be some big detrimental plot scenes, but I think the majority of it though is going to be great. It's gotten mixed reviews. There's a lot of people saying that this is the best Star Wars movie yet, and like this is the last review I'll read is people are saying that this is the most important movie experience of our decade. So
I don't know. I think they'd be a little bit dramatic.
I don't know. So we'll see. But Jordan, what are some of your thoughts? Like, do you have any theories?
Yeah. Rey and Finn, more than friends or not? I think they're more than friends.
Yeah, I think by the...
I think they're gonna...
You think they're rock butts and everything like that. So, okay, cool. That sounds cool. So, yeah.
BB-8 better be in here a lot.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it will be. So. But anyways, yeah. So that's what's going on with that, I guess. So, should we read fanfiction already, or?
Sure. But instead of calling this whatever, we're gonna call this. It'll just be Star Wars. Whatever.
Yeah.
I guess I should have held some up already, but I didn't. It's fine.
But yeah, so as Jordan's loading it up, don't forget that we're gonna have a subscriber meetup where we want to meet all of our fans. Because there are about 130 of you out there. So if you're in the Fort Wayne area, meet us at the Starbucks from 3:30 to 4:30 at the Starbucks in Jefferson Point, and be very and you are not expected to buy us anything from Starbucks. So
unless you want to.
Yeah.
Well, I found some Rey and Finn one shots on here, so.
Oh my.
Who knows if they're dirty? Sometime. Well, we'll see.
I guess it's not too late to find out.
This is called the surprise. It's called Surprise. Rey fell to the ground hard, her head hitting first and her body squishing down on top of it. When she sat up, she already had a headache. Luke.
You're already screwing it up. Come on!
Luke looked on from the side and looking disappointed and tired. He's an old man. She had been at this all day. Not once had she managed to lift even a single rock. Her mind was too crowded. All she could think about was Ben. Yep, here we go. It's coming. Unconscious and lying dormant in the Resistance Base infirmary, she had only been able to give him a forehead kiss goodbye. She had heard nothing of him stirring, probably because Luke had stopped letting her communicate with them. We're done for today. The old man's tone was cold. Ray almost thought it was angry. No, I can do it. She tried to clear her mind. No, you can't. You haven't done it for weeks. The only thing you have improved on is spying with the saber and learning general history about the Force. But a Jedi has to be able to use it, or else what is the point of having the ability? His face was red, and he spat, but it didn't reach where Ray stood. She had never seen him that angry before. Flustered at the most was all she knew. Luke, No, go back to the Resistance base. See your precious boy. Luke wandered away. Ray never knew where he disappeared to. She stood alone, the green trees surrounding the clearing. They always practicing. The young girl still couldn't believe how green some places were, how stark the contrast between there and where she had grown up. Her mind didn't wander from Finn for long. She quickly grabbed the lightsaber and staff. She still kept it with her and hurried through the forest to where the Millennium Falcon sat. Ray quickly ran into the ship. Into the helm she had to see Finn. The base was busy, pilots running about. Leia hurried past and Ray tried to greet her, but the older woman was in too big a hurry. Something big was happening. Apparently it was difficult walking against the flow of people, but soon the girl found herself walking down an empty corridor to an infirmary. The door swished open and she hurried inside, looking left and right to find the senseless, adorable runaway that made it impossible for her to concentrate on her training. Her heart sank low. Where was he? Looking for me? His low... Of course he's awake. I mean, he was almost dead and now he's magically awake. Okay. His low, playful voice rang out behind her. Ray's heart leapt from its momentary despair, and she spun around to see Finn standing tall in the doorway, a shit-eating grin on his dark face. Finn! Ray practically jumped forward and threw her arms around him, forgetting he might not be completely better yet. He seemed to be, because his arms wrapped so tightly around her waist that she thought they would somehow meld into one. She buried her face in his shoulder and sighed. How are you, Ray? The young man asked, chuckling and reluctantly letting her go. How am I? More like, how are you? When did you wake up? Excitement flashed behind her eyes as she scanned his face. God, she missed him. A week or so ago, I thought they would have told you. I asked them to. I got a bit worried when you never came. Did you hear from them? A flash of sadness washed over Finn's face. She looked right. Ray shook her head. You cut off communications so I would focus. But honestly, only made it worse. God, I miss you. She wrapped her arms around him again, this time around his waist, and she hid her face in his chest. Finn embraced her, his arms around her shoulders, with a heavy sigh. He pressed his lips to the top of her head. The girl froze inside. Did he know about the forehead kiss? She felt her body warm up from embarrassment. Surely he didn't. Suddenly, though, she wanted to press her lips to his. Just find out what it was like. Just to see if he wanted her that badly, too. Just to see what it was like to kiss somebody in general. What? She never had her first kiss. What? Ray pulled back and looked up into Finn's dark eyes, biting her bottom lip for a second. She must have made some sort of face because he started to giggle. She blushed and scowled. What? She insisted. Nothing, I just made a funny face. I just made a funny face. He smiled and started to let go of her. Ray would have none of that. She pulled her arms in and then reached up to grasp either side of his jacket, grabbing the lapels and pulling him in for a kiss. Her soft lips pressed against his, warm and inviting. She felt entirely different. Finn, on the receiving end, stood stunned into a frozen position. Ray pulled back, opening her eyes and releasing her tight grip on his jacket. She focused on Finn's wide eyes. Had she done something wrong? I'm sorry. She felt like she was... No, wait, what? She felt like she was dark red.
What?
That's what
Dark red? Huh?
That's what it says. Some of these are not, sometimes they don't make sense. A smile spread across Finn's face, and he gently pulled her in and kissed her. Now it was her turn to be surprised. Less surprised than he had been, that's for sure. She gladly relaxed into it, and when they finally pulled back, they laughed. This was only the first two of many more kisses to come. Ooh. No, we're not adding that to the library. Here, do you want to find one with Darth Vader?
Yeah. I can read that one if you want. I can...
Hold on, let's find a really just... They're definitely banging.
Gotta find a good one.
Yeah, I know. Here we go. The Darth Vader X Lemon. And lemon means not appropriate. There's 4 chapters. Oh, God, stop. Wait, never mind. Nope. Oh, this looks interesting here. You can read this. Let me pull it up. It has 8,000 reads.
I would definitely want to read it.
Here. I don't know. It's probably going to be one of the dumb, stupid ones and stuff.
That's okay. I mean,
the main girl's name is Kitty, so...
Okay, so this one is about Darth Vader, as Jordan said.
Here we go.
Okay, alright. So where to begin? Well, first off, my name is Kitty, and this is my story. This sounds like I'm wondering if it's I wonder if it's Kitty from that 70s show, from the mom's perspective.
I hope not.
So where do we begin? Well, first off, my name is Kitty, and this is my story. Well, it's also Vader's story too. ... I guess.
God, they're gonna scream.
I have powers no one knows of. Sith and Jedi alike have no clue of what I am, where I came from, and what in the heck I was there for. But that soon changed. But before we get there, let's start from the beginning. In a world long, 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 far away. Wait, so that's it?
Did you scroll down?
This is confusing. So, alright, so immediately after that, she goes to the author's note, and she's like, so what do you think? I searched for Darth Vader fanfics and found none, and I had some inspiration. I know very short, but this is just a short, get you interested chappy. So there you have it, first chapter of many. Vote, comment. Yeah, it's just one chapter.
Oh.
Just the one chapter, that's it.
No, there's more parts to it. This is just chapter 1. Oh, shit. Yeah, I know I'm at the beginning of the story. No. Here, let's go back. Let's go to chapter 2. Damn it. Hold on. Here you go. Part 2. Or chapter 2. It should go.
I was in my room, working on a science project. I was determined to win first prize. I was tinkering with my project when there was a loud crash behind me. And there floating in the air was some sort of black, purple, roundish hole. And obviously, being me, thinking what could possibly go wrong. So I grabbed my survival bag, put in my coat, and jumped in. That is when it started. There I was in a hole that was crazier than a roller coaster. I was getting queasy, so I closed my eyes. Then everything stopped. I felt my hands and knees gasping for air, and finally I opened my eyes to see an all too familiar sight.
Oh boy.
So, yeah, let's go to chapter 3 now.
2. Okay.
Is there like a next button that I'm not clicking on?
I don't know. It's hard for me to figure out how to get to the next chapter. So just go back and click the part there.
Alright, chapter 3.
It's gonna be a long
We're
one,
continuing.
folks.
There was the all too familiar sight. I was in the Millennium Falcon, me, and in front of me were bewildered Han Solo, Chewie, Luke Skywalker, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I was in, shall we say, shock and awe? Finally, I cleared my thought, awkward. Maybe I should let them introduce themselves. So I stuck my hand out and introduced myself. Hi, I'm Kitty. Sorry about that. I was working on a trans-dimensional portal. Hee hee. I guess it worked. There now I wait for them to introduce themselves. Finally, after 2 long minutes, I spoke again. I mean no harm to you. No disrespect, man. But I told you who I am and why I ended up here. So can you please introduce yourselves? And if you want to question me or keep me as prisoner, I will understand. And can you stop gawking at me? Finally, Han introduced himself in a slightly flirtatious manner.
Oh boy.
Hello, gorgeous. I am Han Solo. And this is Chewbacca. Pointing to his dick.
What? He did not say that.
The furry one...
Wait, did it really say that?
No. The furry one made a howl-like noise. And then Luke introduced himself. I'm Luke Skywalker.
Did it again?
Now Obi-Wan walked up to me, shook my hand, and introduced himself. With C-3PO introducing himself in R2-D2. Han asked, "What are you?"
What are you?
So, while Jordan's trying to go to the next chapter, interesting fact.
Oh, here we go. What you do is you just once you get to the end, there'll be a little ad after that, and then you scroll, and then it's chapter 4.
Oh, okay. Cool.
There.
Okay, so fun fact before we get to chapter 4. So the actor that played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the first Star Wars wanted nothing to do with it after he was cast. So he literally asked George Lucas to kill him off because he thought Star Wars was extra weird. But he didn't really worry about making the money. So there's that. All right, chapter 4. Chapter 4. Shit, what do I do? Help me! Help me, Jordan!
What'd you do? Well, hand it to me.
Okay, I don't know what I did.
You exited out of it, John.
Sorry.
There.
At least there's no Jar Jar Binks in this movie. Alright. Chapter 4. Han asks, what are you?
He said, where are you?
What do you mean? What are you? I am human. What is he talking about? Did I change someone? Frantically, I took off my bag and got out my portable mirror. What the freak happened to my hair and clothes? My hair changed from a brown, reddish color to a mid-back length white with some gold. And my jeans, tennis shoes, and belly button length shirt changed to a knee, high black leather boots, a dark turquoise...
What the fuck is there clothes?
A dark turquoise halfway up my thigh dress, and skin-colored stockings. And I have...
When's she gonna meet Darth Vader? That's
I don't know.
She's hanging out with
This
the
is probably gonna be like, this is probably gonna...
It's 29 parts long, so there's 29 chapters.
This is probably gonna like fill for a whole episode, so just so you know. What the freak happened to my hair and clothes? My hair changed from a brown reddish color to a mid-back length white with some gold. And my jeans, tennis shoes, and belly button length shirt changed to a knee-high black leather boots, a dark turquoise halfway up my thigh dress, and skin color stockings.
Oh my God.
And I have Arctic fox ears. Man, am I feeling a bit lightheaded. Are you okay, Miss Kitty? You look a bit flushed, asked C-3PO. I think too much has happened. I think I'm just going to... And with that, I passed out.
Don't scroll too fast, you're gonna miss the legend.
I know. Chapter 5. Kitty! Come on, wake up! I started to stir awake. There was a piercing pain in my head as I opened my eyes, only to close them back tightly. Ugh, Mom, can you turn out the lights? 10 more minutes! Then I heard Obi-Wan's voice? That is when I remembered I wasn't at home anymore. I wasn't anywhere near my home. I bolted up when I realized that I wasn't dreaming. It all happened, and I was in a different universe where Star Wars wasn't just some made-up story, but was real life to these people. Suddenly, I saw Han enter the room. Hey, looky here! It seems someone has finally woken from their beauty sleep. He said with a smirk laid across his face. I was flustered as I felt heat rise into my cheeks. Wait, am I blushing? I never blush. I responded, how long was I out for? As I looked down to my lap to hide my embarrassment. Obi-Wan answered my question with about 2 minutes, dear. Now I know this is sudden, but by your reaction, I'm to assume you don't normally look like this. I simply shook my head with the knowledge that I probably won't see my home for a while. What? Wait, will I still have these years when I get home? I wonder if there's anything else about myself. Suddenly I gained the courage to look up after I felt my face cool off and ask a question that started to bounce around my head. Where are you headed for? And if it's not too much to ask Master Obi-Wan, as I looked away from Han to Obi-Wan, can you help me? Wait, I never told you I'm a master, did I? Obi-Wan asked confused, oh shit, I have to find a cover-up for what I just said. Dang it! Oh, well you see, well, what had happened was, well, I sort of felt it by how you are composed. I replied very discombobulated. Dang it, I hope he buys it. Please don't imply it. After a few minutes of awkward silence, I asked in a very quiet voice, may I have some water? I am parched. As soon as I asked, Son went out of the room and was back moments later with a glass of water and brought it to me. Thank you, Han, I said as I gave him a small smile. He replied with, anything for a beautiful lady such as yourself.
God.
He
Wait,
said,
does he even act like that in the movies?
I don't think so. Well, no. Han, I mean, Han Solo in real life movies is like he's a little bit
He's
stubborn.
too focused on the action to care about any of that.
Yeah. Thank you, Han.
Unrealistic.
I gave him a small smile. He replied with, "Anything from you ladies as you're such yourself." He said, causing me to blush for the second time in a day. Was it night? As I grabbed the glass, it slipped through my grasp. I gasped, reaching for it, but... Okay, next chapter. As I grabbed the glass, it slipped through my grasp. I grasped, reaching for it, but... What the heck? I exclaimed with fear, drawing my hand to my chest. The water stopped. It just stopped in the air. Obi-Wan looked at me with a perplexed expression, as Han was just staring at me with a stupid expression on his face. Kitty, I do not sense the force within you, and yet you control the glass of water as if you caught it before the glass shattered. Obi-Wan asked as he comes closer examining me. Han still had that stupid look with his mouth open, so I decided to lighten up mood. Hey Han, you planning on catching a fly? I said with a smirk, and he immediately shut his mouth. Please wait here a minute. I'll be right back, Han replied. So I said, wasn't planning on going out into space, I said right before Han left the room. I looked back at Obi-Wan and sighed. So, where are you guys headed off to? Obi-Wan looked at me in the eye and said, we are on a rescue mission to save Princess Leia from Darth Vader. Do you know who he is? No, sir, I do not. I knew it was a lie, but I can't have them know my knowledge of what will happen next. He's a Sith Lord. The Sith Lord uses the powers of the Force for evil purposes, and will not hesitate to kill you at first glance.
Or to screw you in this case.
Yeah. He is holding Leia hostage to get information about Rebel base. This base is helping fight Darth Vader's troops. I know this is a short notice and you have little control over your powers, of whatever you are. But will you help us to get the princess back to safety? Obi-Wan said. Obi-Wan was asking me to help them save Leia. Me? I was ecstatic. I would possibly meet a princess, or even Darth Vader himself.
Ooh.
Wait, but then again I may get killed. This is a tough decision to make. After a few minutes, Obi-Wan said, you still have time to make your decision. While I train Luke the ways of the Force, I want you to try and move objects by concentrating on them. Do not be afraid. You can do it. Do not be afraid. You can do it. It may end up saving your life. And with that, he left. What should I do? Should I risk my life? Well, at least I know one thing that I can do, and that moves objects. Well, here goes everything. It must have been 2 hours cooped up in this room. Everyone else was in the main part of the ship. Luke was practicing his powers, while I lifted and held a 900-pound crate. I was holding it in the air for at least 20 minutes, turning it every which way. When the door opened, revealing a nervous Han Solo, he walked up to me as I put down the crate, huffing for air. Han said, "Hey Obi-Wan," said for me to get you out of this room. That it's time for your decision. As he finished his last sentence, he opened the door wider so I could follow him out of the room. I had been thinking of my answer the whole time I practiced, and I had came to my final decision. As we entered the room, I didn't wait for anyone to speak, but immediately answered, "I'm in."
I have a feeling she's gonna meet Darth Vader soon.
I made my decision. I will help. I will help save a princess. Help the rebel forces.
No,
Luke and Han gave each other confused looks, then looked at Obi-Wan. "What is she talking about, Obi-Wan?" asked Luke. "I told Kitty of our mission. She is able to move objects in a single thought. I think I think if she is exposed to danger, she may learn if she has more powers. Kitty has accepted that she may not get out alive, and she is willing to fight with us. So I said let her, answered Obi-Wan. But can she fight? If she can't use her power, if it stops working, will she still be able to protect herself? Han asked with a hint of concern laced in his voice. Well, there's only one way to find out. Why not have a fight to test my skills? I asked eagerly. Don't take this the wrong way, but you don't look strong enough to beat me. I mean, look at yourself, Han said. I could tell he was stalling, that he didn't want to fight me. I am not weak. I will fight him. Yeah, I have looked at myself in the mirror. You want to know what I see? Someone who isn't afraid of some cuts and bruises, I smirked. Unlike you are stalling a fight. That will show you I'm not a weak little damsel in distress.
Oh, there comes the...
You should do as Kitty asks. She wants to show you that she can take care of herself. If she doesn't meet what you could call a fighting chance, then she can stay on the ship. If she passes your test, then she has the right to fight, Luke said to Han. Ha! Now I know I can beat him. Luke seems to believe I can fight, as well as Obi-Wan. Now I can convince Han. Han was thinking by the look on his face, I hope he doesn't start a fire in there. Finally giving in, he said, fine. I'll see if you can protect yourself, but if I don't think you have enough skill to fight, you'll stay in the ship. I was ecstatic. I was so happy he would give me a chance that I almost didn't see him sneak up on me. He jumped and I dodged his attack by sliding to the right. I barely evaded his attack. As he took a swing to my stomach, I curved back out as I slid to the left and jumped back, but tripped and stumbled to the ground. I surrender! I yelped as I went on my knees to get myself up. He walked up to me and put out his hand and he said, I told you, you are not strong enough to fight. As I suspected, he took my bait. And with that thought, I grabbed his hand. As he lifted me up, I pulled him down by pulling him down as I twisted around.
Wait, is she tricking them? I think that's what's happening. I think she's tricking them thinking she's good, but she's really not.
Probably. He yelped as I jumped on him and said, you should try to confuse your enemy to put him off guard. Also, don't always believe what the enemy says, I said with a smirk, getting off of him. Yeah. So I asked after a minute of silence, so can I help? Han looked back at me and said, fine, but remember, I warned you that you may not come out of this alive. Fair enough, I said with as little emotion as I could. I can't believe it. I actually beat Han Solo in a fight. I mean, yeah, right. I knew I could win, but that was very exciting.
I'm sure it was. Realistically.
Okay, here we go. Why? Okay, so gotta. Alright, now I can skip this. Alright, chapter 8. Okay, before I go on, I will have you know, Star is the equivalent of a very cool looking time skip. So now, on to the book. I can't believe it. I had actually beat Han Solo in the fight. I mean, I knew I could win, but that was very exciting. Time jump. We had just gotten pulled into the Death Star. We all hid in.
Does it literally say time jump?
It had the star thing, sir. All right. So yeah. So obviously, when I say time jump, the author of this put a very interesting star like in asterisk thing. So I'm just doing what the author wanted. So time jump. We had just gotten pulled into the Death Star. We all head into the smuggler's hidden floorboard compartment. Soon after we were all safely hidden, we heard the sound of boots and voices. Once all the noises were gone, we slowly exited our hiding places. Well, that was fun. I whispered sarcastically, not quite sure that was safe. I used those for smuggling. Never thought I was smuggling myself, though. I heard Hans said, not paying attention to the rest of the conversation. I snuck my way close to the exit, only to be met by voices as I heard feet start to make their way back to the ship. Cursing under my breath, I made my way back to warn the others. Okay, now we have another time jump. Where am I now? I whispered to myself. It felt like I was walking in circles. Gah! I explained it in my frustration. Who's there? I mentally kicked myself as the stormtrooper turned a corner with a gun pointing at me. You are under arrest for trespassing without an ID, he said. Ha! Now it's my time to be snarky. Wait, I think I have my ID. It's around here somewhere. Just let me look. I said, hee hee hee. I looked in pockets, remembering I'm wearing a dress. That's when I realized it's in my bra. I put my hand in my dress, and the stormtrooper shifts his weight nervously. Aha! There's my wallet. I pulled it out and opened it, taking out my high school ID. See? I told you I have an ID. May I trespass now? I asked. The stormtrooper did what anime characters do when someone does something stupid. I don't know what that means, but whatever. He grabbed my arm and pulled me down several lengths of hallway. Ugh! Can you slow down? Gah! I explained to the stormtrooper. He looked at me as if I were crazy. Well, at least that is what it looked like with the mask on.
She's gonna meet Daddy.
Where are you taking me anyway? I asked, getting bored of annoying the force out of the stormtrooper and getting curious. I am taking you to Lord. He didn't get to finish that sentence, for I interrupted him with a squeak. Wait, a Lord? I've never met one of those in my life. What is this Lord like? I asked. Vader, he finished. Cool! That's the coolest name I've ever heard of! I yelled up, not noticing the new presence until the stormtrooper bowed. Slowly, I turned around to see a tall person in full black.
Yep.
I looked at the stormtrooper and back at the man. That is when I put two and two together. I heard a mechanical breath and jumped back a foot. Wait, so I take it you are Vader? I stated more than questioned. Hi! I stuck my hand out, waiting for Vader to shake my hand.
What the hell is she doing? Vader's not gonna shake anyone's hand.
Stormtrooper! Stormtrooper, who is this lady? Vader asked. I forgot to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Kitty. I answered for the Stormtrooper.
My name is Kitty.
How did you get here? How did you get here? Vader asked. Well, when a mommy and daddy love each other, I started with a small smirk. I didn't ask how you came to be. I asked, how did you get here? He interrupted.
Triggered.
I don't know. I just went poof and popped in a hallway, so I started walking around to find my way out of here. I said, with the most innocent smile I could make, take her to the interrogation room and keep an eye on her. I have somewhere to be, Vader stated as he walked off.
I'm sure he does.
Well, Stormtrooper, I guess you're stuck with me. Yay! I said as I grabbed their arm. To the interrogation room, I stated rather loudly. The Stormtrooper just shook his head and started walking to what I assumed was the interrogation room. Chapter 9. Oh, what's this button do? I was trying to find a speaker to project my voice to the others in hopes that they will know I was caught. The stormtrooper giving me a small tour for being so cooperative said that unlocks the door. Wowie! That is so cool! I've never seen anything with this many buttons. Ooh, how about this one? There are only 2 buttons left. That one locks doors. I think it is time to bring you back to your room. Move along, he said. Oh shit, Now I have to push the button and hope for the best. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Dyson! I put my hands on the board, not looking, and said in a clear voice, "But I don't want to go back to the interrogation room. It is far too small." Well, I guess I can't complain because I have you to keep me company. I think I hit the right one. I hope they get the message. Stormy grabbed my arm and dragged me to my room and locked the door. Oh my. "Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. It won't happen again, Lord Vader." Stormy was practically shaking in his boots.
Stormy? That's
Stormy.
the name. Stormy.
Yeah. Yeah.
How original.
I guess Stormy is the Stormtrooper's pet name, I'm assuming?
Nickname, not pet.
Yeah. How cute, though. Alright.
Sure.
Stormy was practically shaking his boots. I looked at Stormy with an apologetic face. I was suddenly thirsty. I took off a strap, and then a second one. Stormy looked awkwardly to the side. Dirty-minded people just no. I laughed once. I realized why. He looked at me confused like I had just started juggling blasters on a hover stand. I then enlightened him by taking a bag off my back. I just got thirsty, so no need to have a dirty mind about it. I giggled again as I pulled out a Powerade bottle, product placement, as well as a new pair of clothes. Okay, so do you mind turning around? I have been in this dress far too long. Stormy turned around hesitantly, but finally faced away from me. I got half dressed when the door opened and Vader walked in.
Oh god.
I covered my chest with my shirt, and I could have sworn I saw a blush to the mask he wore.
What?
It's all black. How can she see a? You know what? I'm gonna read on. I could feel one crawling up my face as well when I heard his mechanical breathing. I quickly turned around and put my shirt on in record time. Outfoot is in the one in the picture above. I turned around and sat down looking at the ground like my father was scolding me at that moment. I put my previous clothing in the bag and put the bag back on my back. I whispered in a small yet anonymous voice, "You will speak of this to no one." I could feel the smirk on his face. "Stop smirking!" I was getting agitated. Vader stopped laughing. "Stop laughing!" I yelled, blushing even more. Stormy looked like he was watching something impossible taking place. Like a porn? I don't know. I crossed myself.
Does it really say that?
I crossed my arms as an idea came to mind. "Would you like a closer look?" I asked and immediately regretted my choice of words.
Yep, here comes
Still
the
snickering, Vader walked up to me. "No, but I have questions for you to answer," he said.
Okay.
"Ask no questions. I shall tell no lies." I whispered under my breath. "What did you say?" I said, "So, like, 20 questions?"
Gosh, stupid.
"What the Force is 20 questions," Vader said as he dismissed Stormy. Never mind. So, what do you want to know?" I said with an innocent smile. "What the Force is on your head?" He asked, hair?" I put my hand on my head and felt the ears. "Oh." He visibly flinched at my explanation. "Those are ears," I said with a giggle. He just asked another question of a minor importance like how old I was. 17 was my answer. "No, I'm still 15 in real life. It's just in the book that kid is 17. Interesting to know. It has been like 3 hours, and I started drifting off when he asked me where the group I was headed. I yawned and said I came alone, and I am out. Alright, now we're moving to Darth Vader's point of view.
Oh god.
She fell asleep. Maybe we could call it a day. I put a blanket over her and left the room, telling the clone to stay put and keep an eye on her as I walked away. Ding, 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 ding.
How far into this?
All right, let's see. That was like chapter 9.5.
No, I'm talking about the time.
We're like 50 minutes into this. I think
15.
No, 50.
I was gonna say this is gonna take us forever.
Okay, I think that's it. Oh wait, no, maybe not.
No, it's not. There's 29 parts.
Alright, now we go back to Kate's point of view. Dream on. There was nothing. No light, no sound, nobody. I was alone. Wait, a light? I try to move to it, but it moves with me. I start running yet. I can't catch up. There's a scream. It was so loud. It was a blood-chilling scream. Suddenly the floor fell beneath me. I tried calling out for help, yet none came. Dream off. It was just a dream, but where am I? I thought I was in an interrogation room. Now I'm in a hallway? Freeze! The voice didn't have to tell me twice. I was already stuck where it was, wherever that is. It didn't matter. Nothing did. All I wanted was to know where I was, what happened. Last place I remember being was in an interrogation room. That's when I saw blood on my hands. Why do I have blood on me? I'm starting to get frantic. Do you not remember? The voice said. What the hell? If I knew what was going on, I wouldn't ask, and I sure as hell wouldn't be hyperventilating. I was getting dizzy. The voice came closer to me, and I saw the body it belonged to. It was a man. A blue ghost. Wait, that's Obi-Wan! Why are you blue? I asked, calm me down. He's just chuckled and stated the obvious. He was killed by Vader. Ha 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 ha. Did you guys not listen to the intercom? I was trying to tell you guys that I was caught. And, we did, and the rest got out alive. But I came to warn you. I know you are from a different dimension. The Force told me that you must do all that you can to bring them back. I don't have much time left. Be careful, Kitty. And with that, he left. Fast away? It felt like all the breath was being taken out of my lungs as light flooded my vision. Then everything went into focus. A horrible scent that flooded my nose. It was blood. I looked up behind me, and there was a dead stormtrooper. At least I thought he was dead, until I heard a strangled breath. I ran up to him, and realization came to me that it was Stormy. He looked at me, then went limp. I scurried to the opposite wall and started crying. Did I kill him? That would explain the blood on my hands. But why did I kill him? It makes no sense. That's when I felt a presence. It was another stormtrooper. I think he wants me to get up, but I can't. After not moving, I felt more presences, but did nothing. That's when all the noises stopped, and I heard mechanical breathing. He stood in front of me and lifted me with the force and grabbed my arm. I did the first thing that came to mind. I nuzzled into his side and cried. I felt him tense up, but did nothing.
Are you serious? Now Darth Vader's coddling people now.
I felt his body buzz as he gave orders. Though I heard none of his words, he moved, and I felt a hand being placed on my head and regularly began stroking my hair. I realized my ears were laid back. As soon as they perked up, I sniffed and looked up. Did I took in a breath? Did I kill? I couldn't finish my sentence as tears racked my body. I think I felt a pity stare come from him, but I couldn't tell what the pain the thought brought upon me. Alright, now back to Darth Vader's point of view. Can I just be honest? Can I just be honest?
Last chapter.
What?
This is the last chapter you're reading, because it's just going to go on and on.
Yeah, it's just going to go on and on and on.
We'll find better ones next time.
A stormtrooper gave me a message. That is all I need. Another thing to be done. My cape billowed behind me as I watched the location. It looked... Wait. My cape billowed behind me as I watched the location. It wasn't long until I saw blood. It was a stormtrooper, the one meant to guard Kitty. That's when I heard a quiet sob. I looked to my left and saw the discombobulated Kitty. She was crying across from the stormtrooper. She had blood on her hands and arms. She must think she did this. I walked in front of her and pulled her up, trying to get her to comply with my orders. That's when the unexpected happened. She nuzzled into my side. I was confused. How do you comfort a lady? I looked at a stormtrooper beside me for an answer. He just shook his head. Get back to work! I exclaimed, and they all left. I looked back down and saw she was still crying with her ears laid back on her head. I was compelled to pet the ears. I mean, who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
I was compelled to pet the ears.
That's creepy.
My body took over and I started to pet her head. Her ears perked up. She looked up at me and sniffed. She took a breath. Did I kill? She didn't finish her sentence, but she didn't have to. She started shaking and looking down as tears fell from her hot face. I looked at her pitiful form as it shook. What is going on? What am I doing? I should be locking her away, but I don't want to. But I don't want to move from where I am.
Okay.
Okay, that was very interesting to read.
Apparently,
likewise,
Vader's being a little bit wussy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You
Very,
do that in your life.
Very interesting to say the least. So,
no one would order Darth Vader around. Or the
Yeah.
Stormtrooper, for that matter.
Yeah, definitely.
I need to find the chart. Do you know where the Samsung charger is? Because I want to charge my phone before I leave.
Yeah, it's in my room. Alright, so with that, honestly tonight it's Star Wars Last Jedi night. We're going to be seeing that in a couple hours. We cannot wait. So we'll be back next week with a short, non-spoiler review, but probably after the holidays, that's probably when we'll spoil, depending on how good it is tonight. So, and don't forget too about our subscriber meetup at Starbucks at Jefferson Point from 3:30 to 4:30 on Sunday. So for DJ Grammy, sign off. This is Everything and Anything.
Bye, guys.